Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to talk about lesson 6 in topic 1, write equivalent expressions. But before we get started in our lesson, we have to define these words. Equivalent expressions. Equivalent expressions mean are two mathematical expressions with equal value. But before we write an equivalent expressions, we need to remember together the properties of operations, which are commutative property, and in commutative property you can switch the order of addends or factors. Like here, of addition you can write a plus b and switch it to b plus a, and of multiplication you can write a times b and switch it to b times a. Both of these expressions are equivalent expressions, but here we used commutative property. The second property here is associative property, or we can say it associative property. In associative property you can regroup addends or factors. Addends here of addition, like the quantity a plus b plus c equals a plus the quantity b plus c. As you see here, we have in the two expressions the same addends and the same operations, but only we are regrouping the addends. And here in associative property of multiplication we have the quantity a times b times c equals the expression a multiplied by the quantity b times c. And in distributive property we can multiply the number out by each term inside the parentheses. Like here we have a multiplied by the quantity b plus c. So we take a and multiply it by the term b. So a times b plus a times c. In the second example, we have a multiplied by b minus c, the quantity b minus c. So also we took a and multiplied by each term inside the parentheses, a times b minus a times c. Now let's write an equivalent expression to this one by using properties of operation. First, I'm gonna use distributive property by multiplying 2, the number out, by each term inside the parentheses here. So 2 times 3x plus 2 times 5. Let's use associative property. Minus sign, divide my expression to two terms. So here I have two terms, 20n and 4m. I need to take a common factor from both of them. What I mean of take a common factor mean divide both of them by the same number. So think with me, what is the common factor here between 20 and 4? Here it's 4, so I'm gonna divide 20 by 4 and here 4 by 4. Let's take the common factor out, which is 4, open parentheses, 20n divided by 4, 20 divided by 4 equals 5. So it's 5n minus 4 divided by 4 equals 1. So it's gonna be 1m. So here we have 4 times 5n minus 1m. In exercise 9 to exercise 16, write equivalent expressions. Exercise 9, we have here 3 times the quantity x minus 6. So we are going to use distributive property. When I tell you use distributive property, that means multiply what outside the parentheses by each term inside the parentheses. Okay, so we have to write 3x, or 3 times x, we can write it 3x directly, minus 3 times 6. Let's simplify it. 3x minus 3 times 6 equals 18. Exercise 10. We have here 2x plus 10. 2x plus 10 look like after using distributive property. So I want to undo this property. How? To take a common factor from these two terms. And as you know, when I tell you take a common factor, that means divide both terms by the same number. What the common factor between 2 and 10 here? I can divide it by what? The same number. I can divide 2 by 2 and 10 by 2. So let's take the common factor out. Exercise 10. 2x. Take the common factor out and open the parentheses and simplify. 2 divided by 2 equals 1, and it's 1x plus 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So this is the equivalent expression to 2x plus 10.